Just a few items that we have to finalize. I'm waiting for the short meeting to conclude here. Okay. Meanwhile, we're waiting for this other Avis, please. Let's do it, yes. People have been waiting. People want to know whether their business card are going to do it for them. Whether you do get the weekend away with the brand new Amarok, which Dr. Mabunda has already topped up because he has offered that if you win the use of that vehicle over the Easter weekend, he will accommodate you here in the Kruger Park free of charge. As they get ready to come with the pot of gold, may I invite the Executive Mayor to please come forward and preside over this. The cell phone that is lost and found is ringing now, and I don't know how to answer it. May the owner please come to... Yeah, the mayor will talk to whosoever is talking. This is Nokia something. Before I open it out to other people, but I will know whether it is yours or not. May the best business card do it. Yeah, akabuki ubuke ngale. Keith, I hope you can preside over this. It says it comes from a person, they share the same name, but she doesn't know him or her. That I must make clear. Sikumbuzo Nkosi from Sal Nkosi Consulting. If he's here, let's give him a big round of applause. I know I work in the mayor's office. They haven't met yet. So, he comes from a company, they are town planners. He wins the use of a brand new 4x4 Amarok for the whole Easter weekend. And Dr. Mabunda has already given accommodation for 2 people to come to the park. You can top up for the kids if you do. There are 2 people will be here over the weekend using the brand new car. I hope it will be filled with fuel to the brims. Okay. Sibonga kakhulu baba Nkosi. Awuzweke baba. I wanted to swap the keys. I can give you another one, but it's already been announced. Let's move on to the next item. Vote of thanks. Whilst we go to that, may I remind you that we are at the end launching the Executive Mayor's Fund, and it comes from not just a fund that has to be in the office. It comes from accounts that we encounter when we go out with the Executive Mayor, where we have seen kids repeatedly raped, in houses and homes where there is nobody, just the children left all by themselves. It comes from accounts of countless students with beautiful, decorated colors of examinations having passed, but nobody to push them through college or university. It comes from a number of families that has come to the Executive Mayor to say we need A, B, C, and D. In her office, she doesn't have a budget to do all these things. I've seen her repeatedly. I'm not saying it because she is here. I've seen her opening her checkbook, her purse, to take her own money and give, because I deliver these things. I've just delivered something to Mozambique to a family, a very destitute family, that if you can see, you can offload everything that you have in your pocket. She therefore, from those accounts, she has decided to set up a fund that when cases like this, without going to council, she can have a kitty to go to, working with the municipal manager and designated number of officials and politicians. They will preside over this. That's the fund the mayor would like to launch today, and may we please see to it that our pockets are a bit open. We mustn't close them, but we will see how we do it. The vote of thanks, Mr. Zulusa, please.
Thank you, Program Director, the Executive Mayor of Mbombela, MEC Mukwena in his absentia, Dr. Mabunda, the Executive Mayors from other municipalities, in particular EDM, Mbabane City Council, MMCs, MMC Mavuso, and the MMCs from Mbombela, councillors, leadership from the sector departments, general managers and senior managers from other municipalities, leadership from the private sector, Chamber of Businesses, FABCOS, LCPT, NAFCOC, officials, ladies and gentlemen. My duty this afternoon is to extend our word of gratitude to all who have attended this economic summit and made it a great success. My appreciation as the custodian of this portfolio, the LED Tourism and Trade, is that finally the team that I lead will have a clear roadmap of how we together can grow the economy of our city and province as a direct result of this summit. My appeal to all the sectors whose conveners and chairpersons have been elected or will still be elected in the next respective meeting is that they work tirelessly and contribute towards an advisory committee that will begin to shape the future of the city. The speakers for this summit have gone out their way to share with us their immense experience and knowledge in the respective field of expertise. I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to the following speakers. First and foremost, the program directors and the facilitators for their professional way in which they discharge their duties in running the program over the 2 days. These facilitators are Mr. S. Latip and the program directors, Mr. Peggy Malo and Mark Peace. Thank you, gentlemen. Our keynote speakers: Dr. N. Radan, Art and Craft, Councillor Truman, Ms. Sanet from Sunderland, Mr. Rosen from Rosen Hotels and Resort, Professor Pizan from the University of Central Florida and Rosen College, Professor Fepsi Okumas, University of Central Florida and Rosen College, the man, Professor Logan, Professor Jafar, University of Wisconsin and Ulysses Foundation, Professor Fayos Sola, President of Ulysses Foundation, Ms. Msweni from the SAPC, Dr. P. Navitali, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Partnership in the TUT, Dr. E. Nasavumi, Dean of Management Sciences at TUT, and Miss A. Bradenberg from TUT. Our sponsors who we had categorized in the following manner. Platinum. We want to appreciate the work and the commitment that was given by GIZ, Mandisa and your team. Thank you very much. Kruger National Park, Dr. Mabunda and Mr. Abisbia, we say thank you very much. Our bankers, Standard Bank, ABSA, Delta EDM, Metal Company, MMC, Avis, we have seen that they've just given us one of our attendees a car to use for a week. Basco and South African Airlines, we say thank you very much. Those were our platinum sponsors. Our golden sponsors, Subcom. Subcom is the company that has been sponsoring the past 2 days with water. Subcom Silulumanzi, Rosen Hotel and Resort, Vodacom, the Airport Grand Hotel, Kula Enterprises and Finance, and SAPC. Our silver sponsors were AON, Insurance, EDM, Super Spa The Groove, Top Spas. We are saying to these sponsors they must not get tired to sponsor events in Mbombela. Without them, we were not going to host this event. Our appreciation also goes to all the Mbombela employees, especially my department, under the stewardship of Tilly, Matilda van Niekerk. You have been excellent. You have been an excellent team. Your dedication and hard work is greatly appreciated, and your teamwork has ensured that this summit is run professionally and went without any problem. What a team. To all delegates for traveling far and wide to come to attend this groundbreaking initiative, and your valuable contribution during the summit are appreciated. As you leave this venue and go to your respective ways, please travel safely and continue in your small ways to support the municipality in its endeavors to serve the people of Mbombela and Mpumalanga with distinction. On the behalf of the Executive Mayor, Kefi Dlamini, and the entire leadership of Mbombela, both politically and administrative, we say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor Zulu. May I ask Matilda, Dr. Matilda van Niekerk to please come forward to give us the resolutions and closure.
Thank you, Program Director. I know it's Friday afternoon, and unfortunately in the tourism industry, this is when we start working. So just relax. It's my joy to actually just read the resolutions of the Economic Summit. It's going to take, I've got a few, Salip made sure that we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. But I just would like to just share what we are really committed to and what we hope that we would be able to implement. It is Mbombela Economic Summit, together in partnership, which is part of our vision as the municipality, and we said growing the local economy, which is on the 27th of January 2012. We, the representatives of all stakeholders participating in the 2012 Mbombela Economic Summit, held in Skukuza Kruger National Park on the 26th and 27th of January 2012. We are inspired by the commitment and leadership of the Mbombela Council to establish a collective approach to the growth of the local economy and towards ensuring that all stakeholders remain actively involved in shaping the overall direction of the area's development. We are further inspired by the positive experiences with focused local economic development strategies from across the globe and the positive consequences that have emerged from the partnerships approach between the public and the private sector that was formed the past 2 days. Recognizing that Mbombela has a well-established economy and has consistently achieved constant economic growth with strategic sectors as part of a dynamic and growing province. Acknowledging that Mbombela economy faces a number of challenges such as poverty, inequality and high unemployment because of internal realities and dynamic global and national trends. Considering the positive manner in which the dialogue unfolded during the summit and the willingness of all participants and stakeholders to work together in partnership for growing the local economy, we resolved the following. First of all, to further promote Mbombela as a destination of choice and engage investors towards projects and initiatives that benefit local communities and that promote sustainable development in the region. To work and cooperate with Council through the provision of data, information and guidance as it advances its local economic development strategy and review process. To participate fully in the unfolding Mbombela local economic development forums as a basis for contributing to the economic development and as a means of pursuing joint opportunities and resolving developmental challenges within the municipal area. We also commit towards taking forward in the spirit of joint ownership the deliberations and conclusions from the initial sector meetings that took place yesterday. More active, regular and structured engagement under the overall guidance and leadership of the Council. To work jointly with all stakeholders and institutions from all spheres of society, the public and the private sector, as well as civil society, to create a unique advantage and vision for our municipality. To participate in the business satisfaction survey and relate initiatives as a means of removing obstacles for local businesses and for strengthening the competitiveness of our local firms. To continue learning in a sustainable and cost-effective manner from the region and from across the globe like we've done over the past week on the economic strategies and approaches that would benefit Mbombela. To support the skills and capacity development efforts of the municipality and its partners through active engagement and investment of resources in education and training to build the human resource capacity for the future needs of the Mbombela economy. To work with Council on the further development of its incentive scheme and other local economic development initiatives as a basis for encouraging the growth in local entrepreneurship as a foundation for attracting foreign investors. To engage in partnership and cooperative approach towards economic opportunities and challenges as a basis for building a common vision and for fostering of internal excellence and the sharing of good practices. And I think it's actually what we've done for the past 3 years with Sunderland City Council. To actively persuade initiatives that build common pride for Mbombela and hence establish the municipal area as a clean, attractive, with quality public services and standards. To work together with all stakeholders in efforts directed and providing information on the area and for the purpose of communicating a positive image of Mbombela and its surrounds. To commit towards the development and initiative that would assist in increasing a number of black entrepreneurs, specifically connecting townships and rural areas to the economy hubs in order to encourage equitable economic growth and increase economic opportunities in areas that previously saw very, very few opportunities. And the last one is to work in partnership with all stakeholders in the effort to focus added efforts in the creative industries and ensure that the arts and crafts sector be supported in a manner that allows for full realization of the potential within the sector. In conclusion, we the participants express our gratitude to all the sponsors of the Mbombela Economic Summit and to South African Parks Board and the Kruger National Park for immense hospitality for hosting the summit and the Skukuza Conference Centre. Recognize with appreciation the support and commitment of the Mpumalanga provincial government to provide overall leadership for economic development of the province and to assist in ensuring alignment of strategies for development. Acknowledge with appreciation the insightfulness contribution of invited resource persons and thank them for their willingness to share experiences that would be relevant for the unfolding economic strategy for Mbombela. Request the municipality of Mbombela to continue with the efforts to implement these resolutions through the structure of council and the local economic forums. Finally, we would like to thank the Mbombela local municipality for the organization of the summit and for the leadership it provides for the development of the local economy. We would also like to extend sincere thanks to the private sector, whose effort and support has helped make Mbombela a place of peace, prosperity, and opportunity for all. Thank you very much.
Now that we are done with the resolutions and the closure, we are left with one item, which is the announcement of the launch of the mayoral fund. I will understand from her side she won't be able to come up here and say I need this and this and that, but she would like to appeal to you that you help with her as she set up this fund and help this multitude of not only children but charitable organizations that needs a lot of help, money that municipality doesn't have a budget for. Ma'am, let's give her a big round of applause as she comes up to appeal to you to help. I know Absa has already said something. I'm not going to announce it today.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Program Director. The MEC of the date in absentia, Executive Mayors, EDM in absentia, and Mbabane City, our MMCs, present councillors, our speakers, and our distinguished guests, the business community. I just want to thank you very much before I get to the mayoral fund for the work done. I don't know whether you have realized that that is my other strong point. Yesterday, we have come up with the high-level strategy of the municipality on everything. I don't know whether you've realized that when the commissions or the sector forums were presenting the work done through the sectors, you came up with a very clear high-level strategy for the municipality. It speaks about the infrastructure development, speaks about communication, it speaks about skills development in the municipality, it speaks about almost everything. This is going to be our Bible as a municipality. I'm saying this because this municipality belongs to you. We are the captains of this ship. You must understand that. We are elected by the people of Mbombela to lead on your behalf. But if you are not giving us a compass or a direction on what to do, we are prone to make mistakes. With what we have said yesterday through the sector forums, we take that work very seriously. We are pleading with the chairpersons to make sure that they sit as soon as possible so that we meet and take the work that we're agreeing upon here. I've seen so many conferences coming up with resolutions who are not implemented. I'm a very practical person, very practical. I don't like meetings, I like to work. So the work that we came up yesterday should find its way to its activities. You came up with a high level, you did not tell us the how part of it. That is going to be done by the forums themselves. And it will be presented, like we said, we're going to have an advisory committee to the executive mayor. And it will find its way to council for approval, and it will become our program. That will be our way forward. But there are two urgent matters. The sector that has communication, we also resolved as a summit that we want to have Mbombela as a preferred tourist destination. It can only be done through promotion. How do we as a collective promote Mbombela? That belongs to that commission. We are all going to work. Now not only Mbombela, hands are not going to point at Mbombela alone as a municipality. That forum must give us a way on how to move forward. How do we promote Mbombela? Not only promoting. The other forum, we are planning to have a communication in Indaba. Our communication head is here. He knows once I say it must happen. We're going to have a communication in Indaba. People with expertise on communication will assist us as a municipality on how to promote Mbombela. They'll come up with options. That will be shared with you. The second one, on sports. I don't know whether there was a commission that was also having something on sports. Yeah, because you spoke about sports tourism. The Mayoral Cup. We have resolved as a council that it shouldn't be limited to soccer and netball. We want all sports courts to be part of that as a way of assisting our youth from the streets to a career of sports. That must sit as a matter of agency. The department is aware. I don't see the MMC, but we want that Indaba to sit. But I just want to plead with the conveners or chairpersons of the forums to sit as soon as possible so that we can get that. We are finalizing the ITP. It must have been approved by the end, I think by February, if I'm not mistaken. Please do your work and bring it back so that it will find its way to the IDP.